Hey everyone, it's me, Dirty Honey. Welcome to the show. Don't forget to like and subscribe and tell a friend and all that good stuff. So, today I'm going to be talking about curse words and how the most cursiest words of them all are used regularly and nobody thinks twice. But somehow other words like fuck you and this piece of shit and motherfucker and whatever, I sling those things around a lot. And, so it got me thinking about that, I recognized that there's certain words I don't say. And I kind of thought about, and recognized that and was like, well, I don't, I really don't feel comfortable saying certain words, but fuck you isn't one of them. And I mean, I don't see how fuck you is going to be a bad thing when, depending on how you say it, some people might take it as an offer or enjoy that. So if somebody tells that to me, it depends on what's really going on, right? And same thing with a piece of shit. What if I called you a piece of spit or a tear? Oh, you're a teardrop. Like, you're gonna get offended? Nobody really cares about that. It's just something that your body does. I don't see why that's such a big deal. And it usually just comes in as like an adjective or whatever the right word is for that part of English that it does. I'm not familiar with right now. Um, but other words that get used quite frequently by people who are, religious and everything, get used a lot, and to me, they're much more cursy. So, I guess to start off, we should talk about how it's called a curse word, which is kind of like, you're getting cursed. And so you're cursing something. And so, anyways, some of the words that I've noticed I don't use and kind of started this whole thing, the number one word that I don't use is hate. I don't say that word. I don't feel that. I don't have that in me to say I do that. And I especially don't put the word I in front of hate because the curse part is almost like you're cursing yourself to be that. Another way to kind of look at it or understand where I'm coming from is God is oftentimes described as love. If you ask somebody, how would you describe God or what is God? Or you'll hear people say, God is love. And so if God is love, the opposite of love is hate. So therefore, the opposite of God would also be hate. And so if you say, I, do this or am this, somebody, you're saying that you, the opposite of God, somebody. And so you shouldn't, in my opinion, I don't feel comfortable saying that I do that or am that or have anything to do with it. That word seems to be extremely strong. Words are strong. They are powerful. There you go. That seems to be one of the most powerful words, and it comes along with the most, you can't get more evil or whatever than that, opposite of good. And so I don't say that word. I don't participate in that word at all. Another word that I don't like or don't use or feel like is kind of like a curse is wish. If you wish for something, you don't really know what it takes to get that wish. So if it's like a spell, let's say that you're casting a spell and you're wishing to have this outcome, you have to put all these things into the spell to make it work. If you're not sure what you're putting in the spell to get the wish, maybe you shouldn't wish for that. Careful what you wish for, they say, which is probably a smart thing. You kind of curse yourself with the end result, putting the cart before the horse, kind of, and you just accept the recipe that got you that wish. So I don't think wishing is a good thing. And hope is another one. Hope kind of takes, I don't know if it's a curse. It feels more like something that takes responsibility or something, or your own ability to achieve something out of the equation. And it kind of gives a perspective of hopelessness, because if you're hoping for something, you are in a position kind of hopeless, and you're hoping to get hopeful or whatever. So I'm not comfortable using that word. I don't know that it's a curse word. But another one is sorry. When I do something that I didn't want to do, and I feel like, oh man, I shouldn't have done that, I don't like to say I am this thing, okay? The S word, we call it. Because that is another thing that I'm defining myself as in one word that is basically sadness. Another thing about sorry is it never works. When somebody gets into a situation that you feel like you need to say you're sorry for, telling them that you're feeling pain doesn't ever cure their pain or make them feel any better. And it seems kind of ass backwards and fucking stupid to feel better because somebody else feels worse. It's totally just doesn't make sense. I like to say that I, apologize for doing the thing that I didn't intend to do, or did the thing that had an outcome that I wasn't intending, because my intentions were good, but I made a mistake or did something that led to an outcome I wasn't hoping for, or I wasn't. Hey man, I didn't say I'm perfect. I try not to do it. I wasn't trying to achieve. There you go. So another thing about not using these particular words, as we just learned right now, I feel like it enriches me in the sense that I expand my vocabulary in an attempt to change the way I describe things and how I am making the spell with my words. I'm casting whatever kind of, not curse, but if you can cast curses, you can probably cast good things out of your words as well. I love to use the word love because it's good, and I can love this or love that, and I don't feel like I'm in danger of cursing myself for saying things like that. I think that was all the words that I had issue with, but definitely think that the standard curse words of fuck you and these kind of things are just, they're not really as cursy as the other words that common folk use left and right. I see it on cartoons and stuff. If you pay attention, you'll start to see the words, especially hate, used in a lot of things where it's like, whoa, I tell my kids, don't use that word. I don't want to hear you saying hate. You are not hate, and you don't hate, and you don't participate in that, so don't say it. Use a different way to explain your feeling towards whatever it is that you don't like, okay? That you're uncomfortable with or is making you feel a certain way, whatever, okay? So, one thing to keep in mind that would help not use words like hate is to be nice. If you're being nice, you won't say that. Being nice doesn't hate anything. So be nice. If you're having trouble being nice, turn your radio to 91.5 FM on the radio or KUSC.org on the internet, where you can check out their app on your smart device and listen to some of the best, or not some of, it's the best music in existence in the history of time and man and everything, which we'll be talking about in a different video. So 91.5 FM on the radio, don't forget. Be nice. Don't forget, like, subscribe, tell a friend. And don't say the H word or the S word. Okay? And if you wish for something, you better really think that out. But fuck everything else. This is a bunch of bullshit. Fuck you. Blah, blah, blah. Alright? Talk to you guys later. Bye.